iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racing enthusiasts all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. The car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and racing teams. Our skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly racing series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 200,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Participate in solo races, championship seasons, and hosted in league events with AI racing. With a rapidly expanding catalog of 70-plus cars and 85-plus tracks from real-world racing series, test your abilities with challenging computer-based competition. Additional partners include IMSA, the World of Outlaws, and Supercars, allowing members to participate in their very own Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, Sebring 12-Hour, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV for what is a very one-off race here on this Monday night for the Oceania All-Star Series. Tonight, we are live from Braselton, Georgia, Braselton, Georgia, as we get set for the Blindamania 360 Wings Sprint Car Series here at Lanier National Speedway. Excuse me, I do have coughing fits every now and then. Anyhow, more on that later. I am Brett Wheeler. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV. We are into qualifying in a field of, so far, 33. We're going to have 34, maybe 35 drivers that have signed into the virtual pit area for tonight. They'll take on 4 heat races. They will be 8 laps in distance. Top 4 go through to the main event. Everybody else will go through to the C and B mains. Again, Alphabet Super Racing here this evening. 15 laps the C main and 15 laps the B main. Top 4 from the C to the B. And then we'll take the top 8, I believe it is, that will be into tonight's main event. Then there'll be a warm-up session followed by our 30-lap main event. To get a big welcome to everybody live across the Ultimate Dirt TV social media channels as we get set for what is heat race number 1 here of the Blindamania 360 Winged Sprint Car Series, live from Lanier National Speedway. Bradley Cox lines up on pole position to the outside of the front row for NLRA. That's Nick Ryan from position number 2. Position number 3 will be Oscar Ames in the 99 machine to the outside from 4, the 48 entry of J.J. Hamilton. Position number 5 in the 74 car, that is Jason Burke from 6 to 26 entry of Leo Heaton. Position number 7, Alex Gavia in the 32 car to the outside. The 25 of Nash Granger lines up at a position number 8. And Casey Reed pilots the 99 machine from position number 9. I wonder if we're going green flag just yet, or whether we're going to send him around one more time. No, we'll send him around one more time behind the racing.com page truck. I'm not race control tonight, Tacken. I'm not race control. Although they have actually asked me to help make some of the decisions if I wish. But more importantly, thanks to Blindamania, Beat the Dark, Dykey's Graphics, Harmer Designs, Hobbs Stretching and Boring, YOB Sim Racing, and of course OAS, which is the Oceania All-Star Series. As we get set to kick off heat race number 1. Oh, excuse me. Green flag is out. We're underway. Bradley Cox is going to lead. And remember, top 4 will go through to that 30-lap A main event. Nick Ryan finds himself in position number 2. Burke goes to the inside. Boy, he'll take out the 26 car of Leo Hitton. They'll get stuck together. They're on the front straightaway. We'll stay green for the moment. Oscar Ames in the 99 machine. JJ Hamilton, fresh off a win a couple of nights ago. Or yeah, last night? No, well, yeah, 2 nights ago at Lanier Speedway. In fact, had a run with the non-wing micros with JJ last night at the Chili Bowl. Anyhow, Bradley Cox still leading the way from Nick Ryan, Oscar Ames. Nick Ryan, Oscar Ames, and then you go back to JJ Hamilton, Alex Gavia back into position number 5, Nash Granger back in 6th position, Burke and Reed both in the pit area with Leo Heaton back a lap down as well in that 26 car, always tacking, always. Ames coming after the 7 car of Nick Ryan as they work it down into 1 and 2. There's only 2 and a bit left, 2.5 laps remaining here in the opening heat race of the night. 4 heats on the program. So the track was pretty slick after the practice session. It was voted on, and the main decision was to reset it and let it roll over for the remainder of the night. Bradley Cox is going to lead 7 out of the 8 laps so far as he work it through turn number 1 and 2, back straight away for the final time. Heat race number 1, he'll cut it down to the inside, protect that line as there goes Nick Ryan, closes it. And Bradley Cox, winner of heat race number 1. We'll take a look here at your full field rundown here in a moment for the opening heat race of the night for the Blindamania 360 winged sprint car, the summer shootout. Oh, man. I'll get back to that cough in a second. Heat race number 1. All right, there it is. Bradley Cox gets the win over Nick Ryan. Oscar Ames, JJ Hamilton will be your top 4. Then you go back to Gavia, Granger, Heaton, Reed, and Burke will be headed to the last chance qualifiers. Heat number 2, Cody Malley starts alongside Lachlan Rogers on row number 1, position number 1 and 2. Then we go back to the second row, inside and outside. Brent Hobbs in the 64 entry from 3 to the outside from position number 4, driving the number 3 car all the way from WA. It is Callum Williamson. We go back to row number 3 to the inside of the 92 car of Lachlan Moore. Kyle Collins in the 21 lines up at a position number 6. Matt Bailey lines up out of position number 7. Aidan Gardner lines up the 36 entry from position number 8, and not here for heat race number 1 is going to be Michael Stock. So again, if you hear me all of a sudden talk and then it goes quiet, well, I went to the doctors yesterday because I had influenza A couple of weeks ago. What's that, dude? He told me that the cough could hang around for another 8 weeks. Any more than 8 weeks, I'm in trouble. So, yeah, good times. Said no one ever. All right, Malley. There he goes again, Malley Rogers. Hobbs will go to the inside as they work it down the back straight away. Heat race number 2. Again, we'll lock in another 4 from this one. Callum Williamson in that 3 machine, holding down that 4th and final transfer spot. Now goes to position number 3, trying to get by Hobbs in the 64 car. That's what to do. Patch it up, my dad. Williamson slides up, can't get past Rogers. He'll slide up across the nose of the 64 car of Brent Hobbs, but Hobbs now going to return the favour. Kyle Collins now trying to throw his hat into the mix to get himself into a transfer spot. Williamson catches the left rear there of Lachlan Rogers. Now comes down the track. Collins takes evasive action. Bailey goes on by. Williamson, Hobbs, boy, you're running 360 wing sprint cars. That's how lightning sprints and micro sprints are made. So your top 4, Cody Malley, Lachlan Rogers, Kyle Collins, Matt Bailey, Aidan Gardner, your top 5, Brent Hobbs, Lachlan Moore, that missing car that is in 7th position now. And then you go back to Callum Williamson, back to the pit area with 3 to run. Bailey closing in on the teammate of Kyle Collins. They work it off turn number 2. Into 3 we go. So again, while it shows the missing person was because he did not take to the green flag. He'd come out under green flag conditions. Cody Malley, the 81 Raceway, Hobbs Drenching and Boring beat the Dark Esports number 88 machine. He has been lightning here in heat race number 2. Into 3 and 4 we go. No challenge whatsoever. As Cody Malley gets the win. Second, we go to Lachlan Rogers. Third will be Kyle Collins. Matt Bailey home in 4th. Aidan Gardner to come home with the top 5. Brent Hobbs in 6th. We go back to Lachlan Moore in 7th. Callum Williamson 8th. And the 9th car is going to be Michael Stocks. Oh boy, there is nothing worse. All right, heat race. No, there probably is something worse. Anyway, heat race number 3. Cooper Wilson in the 14 to the pole position. To the outside of the front row, the 26 car of Sean Stevens from position number 2. Position number 3 with the 21 car of Neville Ulf to the outside. Cody Metcalf in the 18 for position number 4. Joshua Walton in the 81 lines up at a position number 5. Jason Crawford from position number 6, in the 12 car. Adam Jenner in the 7 car starts position number 7. Clayton Wise in the 99 will start from position number 8. And Jackson Tridia will start the 117 car from position number 9. Don't forget, next week, looking forward to this one. Coming to you live from 7:30. It is going to be the Powerway Racing Australia Non-Wing Micro Sprint E-Series presented by Lake Liddell Speedbowl. 8 weeks of non-wing competition. But more on that. We'll talk later about that during the warm-up session. We'll get ready to bring him to the green flag. Cooper Wilson, Sean Stevens. I seen it, Matt. I seen it. And I love a good darling car. Oh, boy. The more I try not to cop, the worse it comes out. Cooper Wilson leads lap number 1. Second is Sean Stevens. Neville Holf in 3rd. Joshua Walton up to position number 4. Jason Crawford in the 12 car goes back to position number 5. In top 4 run. Will lock themselves into the main event, so we'll lock 16 in of the 35 drivers directly into the feature event. Everybody else will go through the last chance qualifiers. Stevens coming after the 14 car of Cooper Wilson. Blue cross flag sticks her out. 4 down and 4 to run. Sean Stevens fresh off the Australian Fix It Up Racing iRacing Australian Sprint Car Championship last week at the dirt track at Charlotte. Wilson continues to lead the way over Stevens. Never off again, still back there to position number 3. No challenges for the moment from the 81 car off Joshua Walton. He's got a couple of colleagues that closes up in the middle of 3 and 4 with Crawford running the slider line. Now goes down to the inside. There's only a lap and a half to go for Jason Crawford to put himself directly into a transfer position. But the white flag is going to be out. 1 to go for your leader of Cooper Wilson. Sean Stevens, Neville off again, top 3. There is no challenge or no change for those top 3 drivers as they work it down into 3 and 4. And checkered flag is out. Wilson gets the win. So Cooper Wilson gets the win. We'll take a look at heat race number 3 results. Cooper Wilson from Sean Stevens, Neville Ulf, Josh Walton. That'll be your top 4. Jason Crawford, Cody Metcalf, Clayton Wise, Adam Jenner, and Jackson Tridia will make up the 9 drivers for heat number 3. Heat 4 will look like this. Brock Thompson in the 61 from pole position to the outside of the front row. Luke Wilson in the 9 machine from position number 2. Position number 3 will be the 47 car of Lachlan Barbary to the outside from 4, the 35 entry of James Oliver. Position number 5 will be the 29 entry of Dave Clifford from 6. It's the 6C of Luke Kenny. And Daniel Scholes lines up on the inside of row number 4 from position number 7 to the outside. It's the 7 car of Liam Strickland lining up out of position number 8 as again we get sent for the 4th and the final heat race of the night. Whacker, I'm sure he'd love to jump on something, but I don't think it's going to be a mule. I'm sure he'd love to jump in the seat. I'm disappointed you didn't race this, Whacker. Man, you should have heard the nasty things Cole Ferguson was saying about you in Discord. Oh my. Like, I've seen and heard some dirty things. But boy, didn't he just take it to another level. All right, green flag is out. Run away, Brock Thompson. And the 61 car is going to get to the race lead. Lachlan Barbary got by Luke Wilson. Here comes Oliver down to the middle of the raceway, looking to slide up on Barbary. Does so. Barbary back to the outside. Barbary into the creek. And Luke Kenny goes on by. No, Dave Clifford goes on by. James Oliver, Luke Kenny. Then Daniel Scholes as well, fighting it out for the final transfer positions. Clifford goes around. Oh boy. Brock Thompson, your leader from Luke Wilson by nearly a second. It's 8 to 9/10 of a second. Oliver, Scholes, Kenny fighting it out for positions number 3, 4, and 5. That one hurt. They all do. Scholes, Oliver, side by side. Something happened there with the 6th entry of Luke Kenny. Wiles hopping up along. Continue on. Watching this battle between Oliver and Scholes for that 3rd and 4th position on the raceway. 5th place is some 2.5 seconds away. That is Liam Strickland. We go up towards 2nd place of Luke Wilson right now. But it's all Brock Thompson out in front at the moment. One lap to run, 3/8 of a mile. You'll get through turn number 1 and 2. Into 3 and 4 we go for the final time. Or heat racing action for the Blindamania 360 Summer Shootout here at Lanier. Oh, I can't get to mute the mic quick enough. I'm sorry, folks. If only you knew what I said about it in Discord. Checkered flag is out. Brock Thompson, Luke Wilson, Daniel Scholes, Dave Clifford will be your top 4. Liam Strickland, Luke Kenny, James Oliver, and Lachlan Barbary as we get set for your C main. 15 laps, top 4 to the back of the beast. So we are running Alphabet Super Racing here this evening. Kyle Wacker knows the things I say about him. I say it to his face too. As Leo Heaton and Callum Williamson will make up row number 1 of your C main. Clayton Wise, James Oliver will make up row number 2. Casey Reed starts alongside Lachlan Waugh in row number 3. Adam Jenner and Lachlan Barbary will make up the inside and outside of row number 4. Row 5 is going to be Jason Burke and Michael Stocks. Then we go back to the 11th and final starter. Jackson Tridia will be your 11 cars for your C main. Top 4 to the back of the B, so not the dual B main formats that sometimes you're used to seeing here on Ultimate Dirt TV. It is Alphabet Soup time. Again, don't forget next week, the first round of the series. The Power Racing Australia Non-Wing Micro Sprint E-Series presented by Lake Liddell Speedbowl. Big thanks to Mitch and the team at Lake Liddell Speedbowl and Power Racing Australia for getting behind it. Huge thanks to, of course, King Race Designs for coming up and helping out with the logo and stuff like that. I can confirm that it is actually Callum Williamson too, by the way. He actually did speak during the warm-up session. His words was, I just finally figured out how to set up my microphone. So I can confirm that is the W3 of Callum Williamson. Speaking of Callum Williamson, he's going to go around the outside of Casey Reed down into through 3 and 4. Reed looking to not get starstruck, but Williamson drives away from him. Yellow is out. So Lachlan Moore back to the pit area. Let's have a quick look at this one. Okay. Oh, we're going to have a look at that on another computer. I'm going to turn that away so you don't hear the fan. Actually, if I do that, at least that'll block it. Alright. So that one will be ruled as a racing deal. Lachlan Moore, unfortunately, back to the pit area. So again, we're just going to give Big Dyke. You know what, Wacker? I'm good. I'm good. I'll survive somehow. Safety car in. Leo Heaton jumps on the gas once again. Oh boy. Casey Reed. 3 wide. Burke and Oliver side by side now. 2 wide as Oliver gets by Burke once again. Now comes after Reed. And now here comes Jason Burke with a run on the outside. Williamson with a slider on Wise. Williamson has a good piece of the concrete wall. Surely he'll know that the concrete wall doesn't move. Burke got all sorts of crossed up there off the exit of turn number 4, and that allowed James Oliver to get back by him, as you can see right there. It's the number 35 car of James Oliver. Coming after the 99 car of Clayton Wise. Well, I'm glad you've got the pit walk covered, because I'm not going on a pit walk. That's too much of a walk for me. There'll be 5 to run for Leo Heaton. And there is Callum Williamson into the runner-up position right now. Oliver trying to have a good look on the inside, so a couple of different lines again. Williamson has a good piece of the concrete wall. Callum, it didn't move the first time. It's not going to move the second time. I don't care how many times you try and move the concrete wall here at Lanier, it's just not going to move. Oh, getting a little crossed up again. There is Clayton Wise in that 99 car. Jason Burke has only got 3 laps to make this happen if he wants to find himself into the back of tonight's B main. Now it'll be 2 with your race leader of Leo Heaton, James Oliver. 7/10 of a second. Oliver rolls to the bottom. Heaton running the top side of the racetrack. Penultimate time for your C main. Yes, this is a C main. It's not B main number 1. This is your C main. White flag is in the air. And Leo Heaton in the Hob stretching and boring. 81 race where beat the Dark Esports into 3 and 4. He goes. He'll protect the low side. Playing south, and we are done and dusted. In your C main. So as we'll take a look here in a moment for your C main results as we get ready for your Blindamania B main coming up here for the summer shootout. Leo Heaton, James Oliver, Callum Williamson and Clayton Wise will get the transfer positions. We are going to take the top 10, by the way, from the B main. And that B main is up next. 12 of them will take to the racetrack. So 2 going to miss out. It's always a race to see what comes out first, whether it's going to be Mike Off or muting the mic. It's going to be Alex Gavia and Aiden Gardner in row number 1. Row number 2 going to be Jason Crawford and Liam Strickland. Row 3 going to be Nash Granger and Brent Hobbs. Cody Metcalf and Luke Kenny will make up row number 4. Row 5 going to be B main winner Leo Heaton, your C main winner of Leo Heaton, and then the runner-up driver of James Oliver. And then the final 2 transfer positions is going to be the final 2 spots on the grid. Callum Williamson and Clayton Wise will make up row number 6. Has anyone got some lungs they want to share with me? Please. I will happily take some at the moment. Oh, yep, if you've got influenza, just note, you can have a cough for up to 8 weeks. Not a fun time. 15 laps on the board. Alex Gavia gets us underway. Jason Crawford. Crawford quickly finding his way to the runner-up position. Oh boy, Callum Williamson involved, but it was Leo Heaton, the man to go upside down, as he is going to know that he's not allowed to park there. Doesn't he know it? Oh, Williamson got into the side of him. So Callum Williamson has already been given the end-of-line penalty. Poor Leo Heaton. Have a look at this one, folks. Everyone's running the 360 wing sprint car. He's running a non-wing. That's less than ideal. You kind of need those to be fast around here. So Heaton brings the 26 into the pit area. Let's see if they've got a fast repair. They do. There's a 2 fast repair limit. Can tell you that 1 fast repair has just been used. So you see the 26 car will come back onto the racing surface as lights are out, I believe. Let's see where the pace car is. Yeah, lights are out. Gavia, Crawford, Granger your top 3, Gardner, Hobbs your top 5, Metcalf, Kenny, Oliver, Strickland and Wise your top 10. Heaton and Williamson for the moment are on the outside looking in of your A main event here on the B main. Green flag is out. We are back underway. So caution laps. Looks like they were counting in that one. 4 down, 11 to run. Here comes Granger to the inside on Crawford down into 3 and 4. This is for the runner-up position. And it's going to be, boy, that was very close at the line between Crawford and Granger. I can tell you right now, looking at it at the start-finish line, it was 6/1000 of a second by Granger. Crawford trying to go 3 wide through the middle of the raceway. Granger still holds on to the runner-up position. They run 3 different lines, top, bottom, and middle here at Lanier National Speedway. We're 3 wide for the race lead. Gavia going to fall back from position number 1 back to position number 3. Jason Crawford, he'll do the opposite. He'll go from 3rd to position number 1. Granger again still fighting the 25 machine down to the low side, still trying to get by the 12 car of Jason Crawford. Granger, Gavia, then you look at Hobbs working there with Gardner. Kenny, Metcalf to the inside, then James Oliver, runner-up in the B main. Runner-up in the C main, sorry, now finding himself in a good transfer position. Knows that, well, he doesn't have to do anything silly right now. As long as nothing happens in front of him, he's more than likely going to be going to the show. Kenny hits the concrete wall in the back straightaway, right, and Callum Williamson back straightaway, we're going to call it. Speaking of Callum Williamson, oh boy, and there goes Kenny upside down. We'll go yellow. So Kenny with a wild and a vicious series of flips. Oh yeah, he just he had that 4 turning all the way down. Well, you know what? Probably about as much fault as James Oliver, because Oliver comes from the bottom all the way up to at least mid-track, but Alright, so it looks like that Luke Kenny has been given the end-of-line penalty. So there'll be 2 to run. Oh, there might only be 1 in fact. So after this one, again, we'll talk about what we've got coming up here on Ultimate Dirt TV over the next couple of days, but also what we've got coming up for the next 2 months. On a Monday and Wednesday night. Yes, we're going to overtime. It is a green-white checker. The field is very late on doubling up as well. Only the first 2 rows decided to double it up as we go green flag action once again here in your B main. Granger now got some company with Brent Hobbs in at 64 machine. They'll go side by side down into 3 and 4. Granger Forced to run mid-truck due to restarting on the outside. Again, he'll go mid-truck once again down into 1 and 2, but it's all going to be Jason Crawford leading your B main here into 3 and 4 for the final time. The JSI Racing number 12 car, Jason Crawford gets the win. Who's going to be your top 10? Who will it be? Let's have to wait and see for the official results to come through before we take a short little break. All right, so that lung is out. All right, Jason Crawford gets the win over Nash Granger, home in second spot. Third, we'll go to Brent Hobbs. Fourth will be Cody Metcalf. James Oliver rounds out your top 5. Aidan Gardner in 6. Alex Gavia, Leo Heaton, Clayton Wise and Callum Williamson make up your top 10, meaning Luke Kenny, Liam Strickland are the 2 drivers that are going to miss out from the B main here in tonight's main event. All right, we'll take an opportunity right now to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll come back, we'll pay some bills on the other side of this. Your main event, the Oceania All-Star Series, Blindamania 360 Summer Shootout here at Lanier National Speedway. And we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV coverage of the Blindamania Blind Screws and Security Doors, the 360 Summer Shootout here at Lanier National Speedway. Brett Wheeler joined alongside absolutely nobody by other than himself as we get ready to take a look at your A main starting lineup here this evening. Again, we'll take a look at your 26 car field. Sorry, we're just getting one thing sorted just so it's going to look better for the sponsors. There we go. That's all nice and good. Now, let's take a look at your 26 car field for tonight's 30 lap A main event. Bradley Cox and Cody Malley will make up row number 1. Row 2 going to be Cooper Wilson and Brock Thompson. Row 3 going to be Nick Ryan and Lachlan Rogers. Row 4 was Sean Stevens and Luke Wilson. Row 5, Oscar Ames and Kyle Collins. Row 6, Neville Olf and Daniel Scholes. Row 7, JJ Hamilton and Matt Bailey. Row 8, going to be Joshua Walton and Dave Clifford. Row number 9, Jason Crawford, Nash Granger. Row 10, Brent Hobbs, Cody Metcalf. Row 11, James Oliver, Aidan Gardner. Row 12, Alex Cavilla, Leo Heaton. And row 13, Clayton Wise and Callum Williamson. And your Blindamania 360 wing sprint car summer shootout here at Lanier National Speedway. The drivers are going to get a nice little 4-wide salute. So that one caught me off guard. Wasn't expecting a 4-wide salute, but nonetheless, we are ready to go racing here in a few moments' time. Again, I want to thank everyone involved at Blindamania for getting on board with the Oceania All-Star Series. This little one-off event here. Again, big thanks to, of course, Beat the Dark, Darky's Graphics, Harmon Designs, Hobbs Trenching and Boring, and Wyobi Sim Racing. Make sure you check them out on all the social media channels and make sure you support the people that support sim racing. Don't forget, next week, next Monday night, it's back in a big way. Fixed Setup Racing is back. This time, it'll be for the Power Racing Australia Non-Wing Micro Sprint E-Series, presented by Lake Liddell Speedbowl. We look forward to the first round of that one, the first of 8 weeks on the program next week. But the field is lined back up into rows of 2 by 2. As we get set to take the green flag here at Lanier National Speedway. Who will take out the Blindamania 360 Summer Shootout here at Lanier National Speedway? We're ready for a start. Let's get dirty for 30 here at the main event. Bradley Cox is going to lead the field down into turn number 1 and 2 as everybody trying to fight for a bit of track position through 1 and 2. We'll stay green for the moment. And looks like we are going to get the first lap into the books. Cody Malley got around the outside of Cooper Wilson. Nick Ryan working the inside. Brock Thompson, 3/4 way of the racetrack, cuts it back through the middle. Will go yellow. Looks like Leo Heaton involved in that one. It's changed a little bit, Bob. It's changed a little bit. To see you around. Haven't seen you in about 400 years, I reckon. So Kyle Collins, one of the drivers involved in that one, just getting caught up there with the teammate of Neville Olf. That wasn't the reason for the caution. So Heaton went to the... That was the reason for the caution, actually, because everybody checked up. That's definitely the reason for it. And then Gardner and Heaton come together. So No green. The pace car is still on. Again, just having a look at it's just Heath, if you're there, it's just a racing deal. Alright, looks like we are coming back to green as 2 in the books, 28 to run here at Lanier National Speedway, and there goes Bradley Cox again. Now look at Cooper Wilson trying to throw the move on Cody Malley for the runner-up position. Nick Ryan going to battle Luke Wilson as they work it down into 3 and 4. Cody Malley coming after Bradley Cox for the race lead in 3 and 4, but not going to be successful. Bradley Cox ripping the lip around Lanier. The Blindamania 360 Summer Shootout here at Lanier National Speedway. We are now officially 4 laps into this 30-lap main event. Nick Ryan again trying to work to the inside. Look at Malley and Cox come together. Malley doesn't lose any position for the moment. He'll slide it up in front of Wilson. We are yellow. Skull's missing a front wing. Almost looked like Williamson come up into him, but when you've got a car missing a front wing, sometimes that the onus has to come back onto the driver, but Skulls going around and coming back, using one of those 2 fast repairs. Alright, Fieldy again is doubling up here at Lanier National Speedway, the Blindamania 360 Summer Shootout. We go back to racing off turn number 4 with Bradley Cox. 5 down, 25 to go. Cooper Wilson now going to throw an attempted move on the 45 car. Sean Stevens coming after Nick Ryan to move himself into position number 3. But now, well, Nick Ryan does move to position number 3. Just rolls the gutter. Goes to Sean Stevens in the 26 machine. Nick Ryan again just a lane off pretty much off that apron. And now 1 lane high goes Cody Malley, but just spun the tyres just a little bit too much and got the car a little too crossed up there on the exit of turn number 4. Stevens now going to battle it out with Luke Wilson as we are, well, we're yellow, but there is a slaughter from Cooper for the race lead. Daniel Scholes, no, Daniel Scholes was not involved in this one. Drivers just, let's have a look at this one. Yeah, that's just 3 wide. That is just unfortunate. Matt Bailey was caught right in the slick as Walton just had those left side tyres in the moisture on the exit. Then I believe that was Gavia. The cars came in piling in after the drivers had made contact with one another. So Cooper Wilson just showing to Bradley Cox, saying, you know what, I've got some speed. Expect another slide job to come. Not that 45 car. And race control decided to show something at the top 4. Not that they're paying for this one, but proving just saying if the top 4 wanted to go from the back of the field, they're more than welcome to take that challenge. Everyone in the top 4 politely declined. They said, we're not going anywhere. And we're back underway. 8 down, 22 to run, and or 22, depending on who you ask, as we are in 3 and 4. Cooper Wilson again coming after Bradley Cox as again Nick Ryan just pestering away. Probably needs a better haircut. No doubt if he finishes on the podium, well, he could probably use one as a celebratory something to do, but Cody Malley is going to go by him on the outside and move Cody Malley to position number 3. So they beat the dark cars, hold on to 2 of the top 3 positions. As I say that, Sean Stevens still going to town as here comes Brock Thompson. Oh boy, Brock Thompson in the 61, Oscar Ames in the 99 machine, Jason Crawford, JJ Hamilton, Brent Hobbs make up your top 10. There is Luke Wilson. For some reason it's called scoring Luke Wilson a lap down here in what should be running in 6th position, so outside the top 5. And just keep an eye on that 9 car of Luke Wilson, as we're only a couple of laps away right now from half race distance here in your Blindamania 360 Summer Shootout here at Lanier Speedway. It's still Bradley Cox in the 45 machine. Got a 4/10 of a second lead down the front straightaway over Cooper Wilson. Again, Wilson right in the middle. Into turn number 1, slides it up all the way to the cushion, all the way to the concrete wall. Now here comes Cody Malley trying to dive down to the inside on the teammate. Going to leave a lane there for the 14 entry. Oh, Cooper Wilson. Now Wilson, he'll go to the cushion into turn number 1 and 2 as he sets his sights again on that tail take of the 45 car. Just looking a little bit quicker in some parts of the race, and we are past half race distance. Right now, 16 down, 14 to run, 8/1000th of a second. Nick Ryan, fastest car. In fact, no, sorry, take that back. Brent Hobbs was the fastest car on the racetrack. That previous lap time was a 13.942. Your leaders were doing 14.1s. We will go yellow. JJ Hamilton in the 48 car got hit from, I think that is Neville Olf in the 21, it is. So Neville Olf turns the 48 car, and unfortunately Kyle Collins was trying to do the right thing and avoid and not get into the JJ Hamilton car. But he actually hit the opening on the exit of turn number 4, and that turned that car around. So there we go. And a big thanks to everyone for tuning in here to Ultimate Dirt TV. Again, I apologise about the scratchiness of the old throat. Again, a couple of weeks ago I had influenza A, and apparently been told I can have this cough for up to 8 weeks. If my name was Jen, I'd be not happy. If my name was Jen, I'm a little concerned. That go really fast, that last logo. I feel like now. Okay. Now, why are you doing this to me? Where am I missing? So there's Beat the Dark. Hang on. Beat the Dark. You got Dark's graphics. We should have Harmon Designs. We do. I don't know what we're missing, but we're not missing any of the racing. As the green flag is back out once again here at Lanier National Speedway. I'll try and get that fixed during the next caution. Nick Ryan finding his way back to position number 3. Sean Stevens, Cody Malley into the concrete wall. Jason Crawford has come from deep in this field. Jason Crawford from 17th to position number 7. We've got 3 drivers inside the top 10 that have come from 17th, 19th and 21st on the grid. That's some almighty fine driving as Nick Ryan up to position number 2. What happened to Wilson? He must have got into the creek, did he? Now look at this battle. Wow, Malley gives a little shot to the shorts to the 14 car of Cooper Wilson. Crawford, Hobbs up to position number 4. Nick Ryan going to challenge Bradley Cox for the race lead. Cox is going to shut the door down into turn number 1. Gee, it's all, you just love You love the mirrors on iRacing. You go from run on the top all race long to cutting down to the middle of the racetrack. Although finding a different line now goes Bradley Cox. He'll go back to the middle and try and shut the door. But Nick Ryan forces his way to the race lead. And the 7 car, that King Race Designs number 7 machine, has now got 6 to run. Cox, Stevens, Hobbs and Crawford. Crawford up to a top 5 position. We are yellow with 6. There'll be 5 to run. Once we go back green. Now, bear with me, I'm going to fix this. So, Blindamania. So, what is that one? Okay. You know what, we're going to change that Blindamania to... We are going to change one thing. So we're going to take that PNG out. We're going to add another one. We're just going to add the JPEG image in for the fun of it. Alright. Or did I just put the other one back in there? I just took the PNG, added the PNG. This is why we can't have nice things sometimes. This is why we can't have nice things. Where is... you know, I'll just put it back up. Here we go. 5 to go for Nick Ryan. Can he get the job done here tonight in the Blindamania 360 Summer Shootout here at Lanier National Speedway? Bradley Cox has been the car to beat all night long, but I tell you what, Nick Ryan from that 3rd row on the inside. Sean Stevens, Brent Hobbs, Jason Crawford to make up your top 5. Will stay focused on the top 2 as they work it down into 3 and 4. Cox trying to go to the inside again, but Ryan still doing enough to make sure that, well, if Bradley Cox is, he's going to basically have to move the 7 car out of the way. I actually don't mind that, the Casey Reed 79 car. Battle is on between Sean Stevens, Brent Hobbs. They work it for positions number 3 and 4. Stevens and Hobbs, they'll come to the white flag this time by Nick Ryan. 3/8 of a mile away from a victory in the King Race Designs NLRA Ultimate Dirt TV number 7. He gets through turn number 1 and 2 for the final time. Into 3 and 4 we go. Cox tries it deep. Hobbs gets into the side of Stevens, but Nick Ryan is going to be your Blindamania 360 Summer Shootout winner here tonight. Nick Ryan comes away with the win here tonight at Lanier National Speedway. Let's take a look at your official results. Nick Ryan gets it by 0.2 of a second over Bradley Cox. Jason Crawford will chat to those top 3. Excuse me, we'll chat to those top 3 drivers here in a few moments' time. Crawford only 5/1000 of a second over Brent Hobbs in 4. Sean Stevens to make up your top 5. Cooper Wilson, Cody Malley, James Oliver, Oscar Ames and Clayton Wise. Your top 10, 11th through to 20th will be Brock Thompson, Dave Clifford, Josh Walton, Nash Granger, Matt Bailey. Your top 15, Lachlan Rogers, Cody Metcalf, Neville Olf, Kyle Collins and Leo Heaton. Your top 20. And then the final 6 drivers. JJ Hamilton 21st, 22nd, Daniel Scholes, the last car on the lead lap. And of course, a couple of one lap down was 3 drivers, Aidan Gardner, Callum Williamson and Alex Gavia, and Luke Wilson was 6 laps down in position number 26. Again, while we wait for the top 3 to find their way out of the virtual race cars and into the presentation area. The Oceania All-Star Series, the Blindamania 360 Summer Shootout here at Lanier National Speedway is run and done. All right, well, I can tell you right now that we do have our third place driver in the box ready to go, and we'll bring you up right now for JSI Racing, coming from 17th to position number 3. It's the 12 car of Jason Crawford. Croft, buddy, 17th, the third, a hell of a drive from you in the 12 car.
Hey, mate, that's pretty cool, isn't it? I'm impressed with that.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, you have to do things the hard way. Right? You certainly don't make it easy on yourself. You win the B main. Did you think 17th that there was a chance to get a podium?
Not at all, mate. I was just here for making up numbers. Wasn't thinking to be where I was. I got the boys in my ear here in Discord just telling me to hold my line and bide my pace, and it seemed to work out, mate.
All right, those last final laps, you were top 5. Then surely you start to believe that there's a very big possibility at a podium here.
I had, yes, as you said, a possibility. The likes of Nick Ryan, Cox, Hobbsy, Sean Stevens in front of me. It's a high possibility that I'll be sitting where I'm sitting. But I think a couple of cars come together there, which they're misfortune, and I just thought I'd put the foot down, and there it was, mate. I took it home.
Well, third in the B main to get the win in that one, and 17th, the third, albeit a hell of a drive, not even close to tonight's hard judge. I think there was 3 or 4 of the people that sort of took that one away from you, but not to take away from the fact that you managed to find yourself plus 14 on the night here in just the A main alone. So, Croft, before we let you go, we'll let you think of it involved on this 12 car.
Yeah, all the boys are back in JSI Discord. Crawford Designs. Alex Gravia at what is he? Diner, whatever it is. His services he gives to us. Can't think of his name. Sorry, mate. And Heath for putting the show on. You for broadcasting, and all the other drivers for participating. It was a good fun night.
Croft, well done on third place, mate. Hell of a drive.
Cheers, buddy.
There we go, Jason Crawford, third place finish. He has not apology about not having his car up. I did not realise that I had my track cinematic up, but we'll chat to the man that comes home second spot tonight in the number 45 car. It is Bradley Cox, and Brad, congratulations on this runner-up finish. Boy, this one must sting just a little bit, but I'll tell you what, when it's all said and done, second place out of 35 cars, not a bad way to finish off the night.
Yeah, thanks, man. Just was running the top through that first half of the race, and didn't really know when the bottom was going to come in. I was just waiting for somebody to show me a nose, and then I seen Nick just show me a nose right there, and then I knew it was probably too late, so just tried to do everything I could to get around him with 5 to go, but it wasn't enough. But hats off to him. He ran a great race.
How tough is it when you're leading out in front like that and you're not knowing that, if you've got the fastest line or not, especially the track like Lanier, because like once it gets locked down to the bottom like that, and the top starts to get a little bit tricky, but a little bit treacherous, how tough is it to sort of change your line in the blink of an eye to make sure you're still in the race lead?
Yeah, man, it's just like real life in the sprint car racing. I feel like you don't know when the other line's going to come in or something like that. You just got to really just keep trying different lines to see if one's faster than the other or something like that is what I was trying to do, but just didn't really work at the right place at the right time.
Well, you started off the night quickest qualifier. You took out heat race number 1 victory by just a little over a tenth of a second, and albeit to the man that beat you in this main event, but you come home with the second place finish here tonight. Bradley, congratulations on this podium. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everyone involved on this 45 car.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I just want to thank all my real life sponsors: Redline Furnace Roofing, Insane Graphics, Hathaway Performance, CP Pistons, Joe Bell of BST Promotions, all my family for all their help, especially my grandpa for all he does for me in real life. I got to thank my racing sponsors, M9 Performance and Furna Motorsports, everybody that supports me.
There we go, Bradley Cox, your runner-up driver here tonight from Lanier National Speedway, but he is going to have one driver that beat him here this evening in the main event, and now we'll chat to the man that comes away with your Oceania All-Star Series Blindamania 360 Summer Shootout. Your main event winner in the 7 car, it's Nick Ryan. Nick, congratulations on this victory. And Blake Walsh said something to me the other day that I've commentated Blake Walsh to call a heat race win, a feature win, albeit at that. I've done the same thing to you. Now, how does this one feel?
Not quite as good as the if we were to do it in the real car, but we'll take it. It was a good race and certainly take a win.
You really had to be patient on this racetrack. Was it sort of something you learned maybe a couple of weeks ago on a Thursday night to where the track got, pretty much like this, where it was slick and you had to sort of roll that gutter?
Yeah, the race a couple of weeks ago certainly helped. Being an open set, it's a little bit different with this fixed set. It makes it a bit harder, but doing a few laps prior to the race on a slick track certainly helped, knowing that that bottom was definitely going to come in once the top got very thin. So I was just biding me time, waiting, and finally started to get past Cooper and Cody and was able to get a run on Brad and take the win.
How big do you think that last yellow was with 5 or 6 to go when you got in front of Brad?
The final restart when I was out front, I really didn't want. Felt like I had a good run going once I got to the lead, and definitely didn't want to see the yellow, and didn't just want to mess up on a restart. But we were able to hold him off and come home with it, so pretty happy.
Now, something you normally don't do well sometimes is qualify all that well. You qualified 5th quick here tonight. You ran 2nd to Bradley Cox in the heat race. Was it your mission to make sure that you bested that 45 at the end of this 30-lap main event?
Yeah, I was surprised at how well we qualified. I didn't think we were going to be that high up, and then I felt probably once I got my rhythm going in the heat race, I felt like we were certainly capable of getting past. The track was just so fast in one lane, I couldn't make a move on him, but yeah, he's definitely one of the best on the sim, so to get one up on Brad's definitely good.
Nick, well done on the win here in the OAS, the Oceania All-Star Series Blindamania 360 Summer Shootout here at Lanier. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everyone involved on this 7 car.
Yeah, just can't thank all the sponsors on the car enough. Ultimate Dirt TV, King Race Designs, Nick Lynn at NLRA, Luke Johnson Racing, JR Production Media, 96 Graphics, Ash Hammondson and Design, all my sponsors, Cartworks, K1 Race Gear, Aussie Visa Services. Big shout out to Heath and yourself for putting on the event, and yeah, that's about it.
Nick, well done on the win, buddy. Go and celebrate.
Thank you.
There we go. Nick Ryan, your winner here tonight from Lanier National Speedway for the Oceania All-Star Series Blindamania 360 Summer Shootout here at Lanier National Speedway. Well, that'll wrap us up here on Ultimate Dirt TV, but of course we are not going to forget what is going to come next week. The first of 8 weeks, next week starting from 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. That is a normal Sydney time for those playing at home, and well, if you're a Queenslander, that'll be 6:30 p.m. for the moment until we go back to your time zone, which is probably almost the wrong time zone. But anyhow, more on that. It's the Power Racing Australia Non-Wing Micro Sprint E-Series presented by Lake Liddell Speed Bowl. We look forward to having the first round next week, March 25th. Server will open up at 7:30 p.m. Again, it'll be 8 weeks, so we look forward to bringing you that action next week. But, of course, this coming Wednesday night, in a couple of nights' time, it's the return of the Ultimate Dirt League. We ran the Hobbs Trenching and Boring Winged Micro Sprints last week at Millbridge Speedway, but this week, we take the wings off. We turn our attention to the first round of the series for the Rapid Race Replicas Non-Wing Micro Sprint Series live from Kern County Raceway. Kevin Harvick's Kern County Raceway, that is. So, again, we'll have the action live here on Ultimate Dirt TV from 7:30 p.m. Again, live here on Ultimate Dirt TV. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, we want to thank everybody involved that made all this possible. Just one last time, let's thank everybody, of course, Blindamania, Beat the Dark Esports, Darkies Graphics, Harmer Designs, Hobbs Trenching and Boring, YOB Sim Racing, and we can't forget, of course, the Oceania All-Stars Series where the stars fly on your console and now, of course, on the iRacing.com service. But until a couple of days' time on Wednesday night, we say farewell and good night. Congratulations to Nick Ryan.